Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Oluyole Christabel, and you're tuned into As Ide Hot, a program holding here on Obidati Family TV. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. With me today, I have...
Yeah, I am Wisdom Uzoma. It's another interesting day to have all of you here again on Obidati Family TV. Today, we are going to bring you the latest happenings and what we call As Ide Hot. Yes, As Ide Hot. Today we heard about Peter Obi. In fact, his campaign train being in Gombe State. They are right there today. Yes,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, they are right there. And first of all, they had a town hall meeting with the women. We saw the wife of Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti gathering all the women, especially the women that are leaders. I mean, the various leadership groups headed by women. They gathered together, you know, and they had a town hall meeting. Then they went for the rally proper.
You know, this evidences the consistent claim that the Labour Party has made throughout their campaign that this particular election, their campaign was going to be youth and women focused.
Yes.
You know, it was going to shift from the norm of thuggery, propaganda, bribery, thievery, and every other vice that comes with Nigerian politics in the old days, and shift towards being focused on women, youth, and people who could have reasonable contributions to the electoral process. This is wonderful news.
Yeah, and you know, women, women, you guys are the head of the family to an extent. And then once you can have your wife, you know, voting, your wife has, every wife has a lot of influence on the children and the husband. So getting them together will definitely help vote, you know, help the rest of the people, the rest of the family members to vote.
This is bringing a debt to political apathy, the political apathy that has consistently followed Nigerian politics. You know, when it's statistically proven that when women are educated, their children are more likely to be educated. So I feel like when women are politically active, we have children who are more likely to be politically active, and this is wonderful. I don't know about you, but I am ecstatic.
Yeah, actually, personally, I'm also excited because we have it's actually exactly a month today that the election is going to take place. Today is the 25th of January.
Oh, yes.
And on the 25th of February, the election will be on. So it's just a month to go. Now, I want us to actually look at what has been happening in few days, just within this week.
Okay.
We've seen Peter Obi and his campaign train move to the north west.
And
you know, yes, and a lot of people, a lot of people have always been saying that, can this be possible? Can Peter Obi go to the northwest to campaign? Yes, and get support.
Yes,
but we have seen him go to Kano. You know, we saw him go to Kano a few days ago, and we saw the mammoth crowd. Yes, that came out. He went to Kaduna as well. Okay, now he's in Gombe. And the other day, he went to, what's the name of that state? Katsina. Yes. He went to Katsina, and you need to see the turnout.
The
love is so massive.
Somebody climbed the stadium roof just to hold his banner up.
Wow.
He climbed the roof. That is, I don't know if there's any symbolism of great enthusiasm and commitment to a cause. It's that act of sacrifice. And it's everything.
Everyone wants to hear him speak.
Yes, everyone wants to. Because he does have something to say.
Of course, of course. And if you will agree with me that he is actually the new hope.
He is.
You know, the new hope for Nigerians, because just like in Gombe, when the wife was speaking to the women, they told them, they kept reassuring them about security. You know, reassured them about security, reassured them that they were, for the fact that they were deceived by the previous government, that this time they are going to do away with poverty. Because if you go to this area in the north, you will notice that honestly, a lot of people are really, really impoverished. People are hungry, honestly, and they just believe this is another opportunity for them to breathe, you know, the fresh air of hope, honestly.
That indeed is true. But For me, the update that I particularly am interested in this season is, you know, the when somebody breaks out of a camp and begins to preach a different message.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you something to think about. Like I'm talking about the situation of this APC, Najatu Mohammed.
Okay.
Yes, director to the Bola Tinubu campaign,
okay,
who recently broke out, and as part of the reasons that she has given for abandoning SHIP is the fact that she asked the opposition, in the person of Bola Tinubu, in her words, what were his plans for the situations in the north, and he didn't have any answers. Any
plan at all?
He had no answer. And breaking out, you know what? It's like an epiphany. She had a revelation. Let me be bold as to say that she had a revelation
of what is to come.
Truth. You know, in her words, she said she had always somewhat supported Peter Obi in some way, and I'm like, I don't know if there's no other proof of the reality of the situation than somebody who was in a camp breaking out to talk about how she had problems with being there because there was no provision for the people that the campaign was supposedly representing, and it's above and beyond. I'm just going to say, and I am glad that the truth is becoming a popular situation, a popular concept in Nigerian politicking these days.
All right. There's something also happened in Kaduna the other time. There was a woman that was actually, you know, just a few days ago they went to Kaduna. There was a woman that was just crying, a woman from southern Kaduna. She was actually crying and crying, you know, she created a lot of scene, crying and telling the people, telling Peter Obi to please do everything it takes for him to win, that they are really, really suffering. They just need a change. You know, most people in the northwest, you know, they have honestly experienced hunger. They have experienced what I mean by hunger. They have experienced insecurity. They have experienced unemployment. And he has kept on assuring them, because that's why you see these people come out. That's why you see them. They want something different.
Yes, they do.
And we're grateful to God that Peter Obi is totally equal to the task. He has kept on reassuring them again and again that they are going to his government will ensure that there will be employment.
You know, this is a massive leap this is a massive leap in like towards the future of Nigeria that we want, the Nigeria that we envision for our children and children's children. Because here, perhaps the greatest criticism against the Peter Obi campaign has been, it is a regional, you know, the propaganda has been, they just want Igbos to win. They've tried to make it a tribal thing, you know, so they divide the people and then conquer. But the turnout in the northern states have done everything to debunk this rumor. It has made a mess of the propaganda that the Peter Obi Dati campaign has been focused on Igbos or pushing the Igbo interest. You know, I feel like the reason is because the opposition is unable to see beyond personal gains. The focus with the opposition is always on what they gain, what they can get. So they find it hard, impossible even, to believe that it is possible for a campaign to be aimed at representing the people and giving the people the lives that they deserve.
Yeah, honestly, you need to see the crowd there. I think what we have there is the one in Kano. Honestly, you need to see the crowd. Just imagine the crowd. This is a state where everyone, in fact, you know, we have another presidential candidate that is from Kano. Yes, we have a presidential candidate in Kano. And this used to be a very stronghold for the opposition party. But now look at the crowd that came out for him. Honestly, when I look at this, I have hope. In fact, I am very, very sure that he is going to get enough vote from these northwest states.
Definitely.
Yes, because
I believe so too.
That has been the area a lot of people were absolutely afraid of. They were like, oh, well, you could get votes in the southeast, in the south, in the south, the north central. Yes, but the northwest, a lot of people were so afraid. But look at the campaigns.
It has been beautiful.
Remember, there was a governor that said he is not sure that they are going to get up to 200 people that will come to his state as at that time. But now you can see the crowd that is coming out in the Northwest.
What is happening in the North is what you call once beaten, twice
shy. Honestly,
when you see a degree of, let me borrow the Nigerian street term, shege, they don't need to tell you
honestly
to change your group. When you suffer somewhere, they don't need to tell you to shift ways and go to where there's a promise for a better life. And I feel like that's what Northerners are doing. You know, they deserve better. They are speaking up for it.
Apart from the Northwest, we saw we saw Peter Obi and Obi Datti, his campaign, team, come to some areas in the Southeast as well. I mean, they went to the Southeast. We've seen them in Anambra State. We saw them in Enugu State.
Of course, yes.
We saw them in some parts in the South. Now, what do you make of that? I mean, the crowd that came out. In fact, at some point, I had goose pimple all over my body. Honestly,
it's like a political World Cup. You know how the World Cup gave people this adrenaline, and there's a lot of energy rushing. I feel like the campaign, watching a capable candidate interact with the people for the first time in contemporary Nigerian history. It is relieving. It's a sign of hope. It lightens the heart, and I don't feel like there's anybody who doesn't want to be a part of greatness and change and progress, and Nigerians are tapping into it.
Just a month to go, man. Just a month to go. Honestly, I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait. But I think we'll go for a slight commercial break.
Oh, yes, we will.
Yes, make sure you don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll go on a slight commercial break. Don't forget, it is Obi Datti TV family program. Acide Hot. That's what we're bringing to you today. All right.
Real-time updates.
Stay there until we come back.
Are you planning a trip to Anambra State, Nigeria, and you need a place of comfort, a place to relax and catch some fun? Well, Don Ruiz Hotel and Suites Oka is the place to be. Don Ruiz Hotel is equipped with luxurious rooms ranging from the standard rooms, the deluxe rooms, the executive rooms, the presidential suites, apartments with special features. The amenities in this room include a smart TV with multiple TV channels, the king-size wardrobe, the uninterrupted power supply, the water heater, free Wi-Fi, and more. They will treat you with a complimentary breakfast from their exquisite cuisine, not leaving out their superior waiting lounge and exciting bar. The outdoor area has a casino and games with stylish swimming pool and exercise arena. The gym, of course, is enabled with sporting gadgets for your physical fitness. The grandeur of Don Ruiz environment leaves you in total awe. Visit Don Ruiz Hotel and Suites today and experience the comfort away from home.
Yeah, welcome back to Obi Datti Family TV. Of course, it's Acide Hot, and I'm here with Christabel. Don't forget, I am Wisdom Uzoma. We've been looking at the campaign activities, the events, the various events that have been happening around Peter Obi and his campaign trail. They have gone to various states in the Northwest, especially Kaduna, Kano. Today they are in Gombe, and honestly, earlier on today they had a town hall meeting with the women. That was done by Margaret Obi and Mrs. Datti. Yes, and from there they moved quickly to the campaign ground, the rally ground you know, where we saw a mammoth crowd. It's still actually ongoing, so you can actually tune in after watching our program. Actually, you can tune in to hear more and see more from them there. In Kafanchan, yes, in Kaduna State. Something happened there the other day.
We have apparently sad news because one of the women leaders of the Labour Party campaign was slain by unknown gunmen, and it has been a sad situation. But we're undeterred still because we are a moving force, and while we celebrate the people who support and lift this campaign, we keep going to honor their memories and see that their dreams for this country come through. Apparently, our principal, Peter Obi, gifted her family a sum of 1.5 million naira, given the situation. And while that cannot replace her, it will definitely placate the situation.
Yes, of course, it will help the situation. But we can have on the screen, too, we can see the woman who was actually in Kafanchan, who was actually speaking to Peter Obi, pleading and begging him to do whatever it will take to make sure that he wins. He should just, in fact, what she was actually doing was a passionate appeal, not just to Peter Obi, but to Nigerians. Because in their own area, in Southern Kaduna, we are all aware of the experience they have had, honestly. The level of insecurity in that area, honestly, it's on
very frightening levels.
Honestly,
it's on very frightening levels. And to think that a citizen of a supposedly democratic state, country, has to beg to have the most basic of political and societal, social infrastructure like security. Healthcare. I feel like it's debasing to the very concept of democracy itself. And this is not what we signed up for, but apparently this is what we will get, which is why we need to sign differently in this election period. On my end, I have a wonderful news. So there have been a lot of confusion in this electoral period, because we've had like who is for who, where are people, who is with us and who isn't, you know, with the opposition selling and bargaining propaganda like it's out of business. We have to define our friends, we have to define our allies. And our principal, Peter Obi, recently announced that the iconic Aisha Yusuf was a part of the Labour Party campaign.
You understand?
I mean, it's a big one for Nigerian women to like have someone so iconic standing with the train that's going in the right direction.
She's very vocal.
Very vocal.
Always speaking for the right reasons.
Yeah, and he said while she's not on the team as a politician, she is a member of the campaign, like you and I are.
Yeah, of course. Like everybody.
Like everybody, because we are the structure.
Of course. We are the structure they talk about that we can't have a structure. Yes.
We are the structure. We are the structure. We give this campaign life. We give it momentum. We give it power. You know.
And this is what we want everybody to do. Wherever you are, make sure you keep pushing the campaign.
Yes.
If each one can reach one, then we can achieve our goal. And our goal actually is to make sure that Peter Obi becomes the president of Nigeria come February the 25th. February the 25th. Don't forget that date, 2023. Make sure, speak to everyone in your neighborhood. You know, speak to everyone. Tell them about the good news. For me, this is a good news, honestly. It is actually a good news.
It's a revolution to overthrow the oppressive.
Yes. Now, okay, all right. We already have the campaign there. We can see it on the screen. We have Peter Obi there, the group. They are in Gombe already. Now, like I told you, it's happening. Just imagine the crowd. You know, imagine the people that turned out. And this is the area that they will always tell you that, oh, you won't see one person, two people, three people come out. Because it's a social media campaign.
Yes. That's been... Yes. I feel like these things are targeted lies. Targeted lies. The target is to discourage the everyday person from being part of it.
That is just
create a false illusion of the opposition's omnipotent, everlasting power.
Yes.
But that's not the truth, because the people are the power. And a man who has the people has the power.
Of course.
You know? So the footage, the campaign, the turnout has if there's any evidence that what will happen on the election day will be groundbreaking. It will be earth-shaking. We will have the international community. They are already marveling, but they will marvel some more at the happenings come February 25th. And I hope we'll all be a part of it too.
Of course.
I hope everybody has their PVCs. I hope you're ready to vote. This is not a time to stay at home. Currently on Twitter, we have Sai Peter Obi trending, and this is our time to trend.
The Say Peter Obi, Say Peter Obi, you know, Say Peter Obi, you know, in Hausa parlance, we say Say Peter Obi. That is, everybody should just, you know, say him, like, he is the man, he is, you know.
He has our vote.
And then when they see other people that come around there, other, you know, the opposition, other campaign group, they will say, Bamai, Bamai, meaning, we don't want again. They don't want to see any other person apart from Peter Obi, because they were promised a lot of things, you know, and today such things are not obtainable for them, you know. Hunger is ravaging them.
The insecurity
is ravaging them. Unemployment is seriously on the rise, you know. So they just believe there is a new hope, a new energy, a new, you know, a new life for them. Seeing Peter Obi is like a new life, you know. And don't forget that a lot of people are already leaving the country.
Yes.
A lot of them are leaving the country, you know. And some that are already in diaspora find it very difficult to come back. Those that want to come back. Why? Because of the level of insecurity.
The situation, the situation of the Nigerian society, Nigeria as a nation, the political landscape. It is in need of change. And when I say change, I mean actual change. Change that leads the people forward and not deeper into the circumstances that crippled us in the first place. And here's what I'm going to say that has been the biggest triumph for me since the beginning of this campaign. I would say it is proof that tribalism, the structure of tribalism is slowly crumbling. I'll explain. You see, in the past, if you study Nigerian history, you see that a lot of the situations that we have wound up in is coming from tribalism, nepotism, and of course corruption, and then these dictators that disguise as political representatives. But then this campaign has shown a oneness from all of Nigeria. We have people across tribes, across states, people of different
ethnicity, religion.
People speak different languages. We are united by the singular hope of a better day in Nigeria.
You're right.
And that means that the lofty structure of tribalism and division by which these administrations have ruled and caged Nigerians is crumbling.
Yes.
And we are entering the days of light, the days of brightness. Things are better. Things are better already, and we are excited for tomorrow.
Honestly, we cannot wait. I think you have any other thing, because we are going to take a little... You have something to say?
Oh, no. Not
okay, all right. That's our package for today.
Thank you
Actually,
very much.
thank you so much for listening to us, for watching. Don't forget to follow us on our various social media handles on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and also on TikTok. Yes, we are there. Watch us
on the TikTok, and we will be waiting to hear from you. In fact, the whole of today we have been interacting with Nigerians.
Yes.
A lot of Nigerians. We have been interacting with Nigerians. We want to hear what you have to say. Do you have any contributions? Is there anything you would like to share? Are you excited? Are you as ecstatic as I am? I can't keep the smile off my face. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear your expectations and your hopes. And I hope that this will continue throughout the election period. Keep in touch, Nigerians.
And keep bringing more people.
Keep bringing more people to...
bringing more people to Obidati Family TV.
Yes, we will keep you updated on everything the Obidati campaign as the election unfolds, as the campaigns come to an end. We will be here with you every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you same time tomorrow. Good night.